now we could talk about a lot of other things in the DCU. So there's been some really interesting things that James Gunn has been saying in this interview. So now that we know things are headed good, that we're probably going to end up getting more movies, more characters, all this kind of stuff. Oh, geez, Louise. James Gunn has been revealing some stuff about what we can expect in the next couple projects. So let me see if I can actually pull up some of those things. James Gunn. And that way we can go through them one by one. Okay, so we talked about that. Okay, okay, this one I found interesting. So again, James Gunn again confirms that DCU Batman will not be Robert Pattinson. He says that Batman Brave and the Bold, and any additional DCU Batmans will not release the same calendar year as the movies. That's something we were curious about because we were hearing that, I'm still wondering if they're going to merge them, but whatever. James Gunn has confirmed it enough where I shouldn't even be speculating on that. But what I was worried about is he said, I'm going to be getting the script for Matt Reeves's universe and the DCU Batman at the same time. So I'm like, so that means you're making the movies at the same time, filming them at the same time. Are they going to release the same year? What's up with that? And he confirms in this interview they would not be released. So if we have Matt Reeves's The Batman coming out in 2027, then I think the earliest we could get DCU Batman is 2028, if not 2029, because who knows if they want them to come out back to back, year to year. That's good to know. I guess it sounds like common sense, but if you really think about it, is it common sense to have two current running Batmans in different universes kind of competing each other with the public? I don't think so, and that's always been my argument of why I think they'll combine the universe. Not because I want it to happen, but just from a business sense, I feel like that makes the most sense. But okay, so we would have the Batman 2027, and it's that crazy thing where I said you could go and buy a ticket for the Batman Part 2, and one of the trailers they will play will be the trailer for DCU Batman. Mind-blowing that that's where we're at. Okay, so he confirms that. He also does talk about the Alan Ritchson whatchamacallit, fan casting. I don't know if this will actually help or be against what some people think, but James Gunn says, let's see here. I'm trying to find the exact quote. I think it's right here. All right, he's James Gunn on Alan Ritchson as Batman fan cast. I am a big fan of Alan Ritchson, both as an actor and as a guy. Let's just wait and see what happens. I don't think it will be Alan Ritchson, but that has been a big fan casting. I'm still on the Jake Gyllenhaal train. Jake Gyllenhaal will probably be it. The last big thing, Batman, before we get to other things, is that James Gunn will not say if Brave and the Bold will be the introduction for Batman. So he basically meaning, here he says, is the Brave and the Bold when you think we'll see the DCU Batman for the first time? James Gunn, I'm not going to say that, which I think is interesting, because where would he pop up? People already want to bring up the Clayface movie. As people say, Jake Gyllenhaal, calm down, buddy. No, Jake Gyllenhaal would kill it. Jake Gyllenhaal's got the acting techniques, buddy. But all right. But what was I saying here? Oh, so with this, okay, then where would he show up? I know people were saying the Clayface movie. I don't think we're going to get much Batman in there. Based on the details and the things I'm seeing with Clayface, even James Gunn in this interview, he compares the Clayface movie to being like a Blumhouse movie, where it's just like a kind of straight up horror movie with just minor connections to Batman. So I don't think that movie would end with Batman showing up, being his big introduction, because one, it's also going to be a rated R movie, that Clayface film. That would be the weirdest way to introduce your new big Batman. You have to introduce him making a splash. I'm thinking it's maybe going to be in that secret project that James Gunn is working on. It might not be Batman and Superman World's Finest, but there could be a cameo similar to Supergirl at the end of that reveals Batman into the world, or maybe one of these other projects. So I did find that fascinating, that Brave the Bold might not be when we first see him. Hopefully it's not in some sort of animated project or Peacemaker. Please don't let it. I like Peacemaker. And even, I guess since I'm on that note, he gave another detail about Peacemaker with the pocket dimension stuff, which I was like, oh, okay, so these pocket dimensions going to be something important. Let me see here if I can. Yeah, here he says, according to James Gunn, the idea of pocket universes is fundamental to what will be told in DCU. Yes, absolutely it is. You'll see in Peacemaker season 2, it's just Lex's version is much jankier than the one in Peacemaker. The one Peacemaker works better. What the whole season of Peacemaker revolves around is that I think Peacemaker, as of more heightened concept story, about one other world. It's more akin to Philip Roth's The Country Life than it is Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, good to know about that. So it's not gonna be used to just do multiverse jumping introduction stuff like that, like No Way Home. It's actually gonna be at a crucial plot point, this pocket universe stuff. And remember, Peacemaker is setting up our bigger DCU event that we're supposed to be filled in on. So that'll be interesting. Okay, aside from that, the other thing was Wonder Woman. He gave a small update to Wonder Woman. We know that recently that's been fast tracked and that we're going to be moving forward. Oh my goodness. Hopefully, I don't scroll across some really inappropriate stuff. But Wonder Woman, let's see if I can find the actual quote. I guess it'll have to be this. Here, he mentions what is actually going to be happening in Wonder Woman.
On like a Wonder Woman you want or not. So like, are we anywhere on like a Wonder Woman script? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonder Woman script?
You feel like there's a take, there's a direction.
Yes.
That feels distinct from what we've seen before.
Yeah, very. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm very, very excited about Wonder Woman right now.
Do you anticipate you want or
that's fascinating to hear. I know Gal Gadot gets a lot of hate, and I'm not gonna lie, she was terrible in that Snow White movie, and honestly, other things I've seen her in. But I felt her certain accent and tone kind of worked for Wonder Woman as this sort of oblivious character because she spent her whole life on an island. In that first movie, directed by Patty Jenkins, she's going to the real world, so her kind of like acting dumb or not having these social cues completely down, it worked for me because this is clearly a character not of this world. So almost her acting, I felt benefited that first Wonder Woman movie, and I really liked that first Wonder Woman film. Wonder Woman 84 is a different story, and with that said, though, I think Wonder Woman is still a cool character. There is an appetite for that because that Wonder Woman movie made a lot of money, $800 million, which nowadays Marvel or DC would kill for an $800 million movie, but we're in fatigue times right now with superhero films. So yeah, dude, I would really like to see, and even James Gunn mentioning that it's a new take, it's a fresh spin, so it's not going to be like with Gal Gadot or those other movies where, ooh, what is this film going to look like? I want to see that Wonder Woman film. The other thing was the update on Flash. He does give an update on Flash and Aquaman. Let's see here when we'll get to see them. All right, so in this interview, James Gunn says the DCU likely won't introduce the Flash or Aquaman in the next 2 years, which honestly is expected. I mean, we don't have that very many projects other than Flash and Peacemaker, Green Lantern. These are the projects I can think of in the next 2 years. I wasn't expecting Aquaman or Flash to show up in there, but at least they're on his mind. I definitely think these are characters that need to be in a Justice League movie. When I think of the core characters, it's definitely Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, and a Green Lantern, of course, John Stewart. Those are like my essential 7 you need to have. I like Cyborg. I prefer him as a Teen Titan. Maybe he can lead the Titans or do something there. But those are the 7 core I would want. So yeah, and honestly, it's gonna be a while with the Flash, but not that much because he did confirm Gorilla Grodd, which is a Flash villain. James Gunn does have plans. James Gunn has confirmed that he has plans for Gorilla Grodd in the DCU. I love Gorilla Grodd, so I got other plans for that guy. Okay, good to know. We love a good ape pounding his chest and punching a fast dude. I actually would love to see. That's honestly what the first Flash movie should have been. They should not have done the Flashpoint story as the first movie. That's an event you lead up to. Gorilla Grodd, I think, would have been a cool kind of first villain, if not like a Captain Cold or Captain Boomerang. Those I know like Flash has his own version of the Sinister Six. I don't remember the name of that group, but a group like that would have been cool to see go down. So Yeah, I like all these updates James Gunn is giving. A lot of interesting, fun stuff. We'll see, obviously, what comes to fruition because, promises are only as good as what they're kept at the end. I throw it off to you. You see these updates with the DCU? What are you most excited for? What do you think will happen? And you fan casting for some of these characters. Love to hear it down below.